Justin, it's year 2. How does it feel knowing you're going to be the guy coming in at the beginning of the season?
Yeah, it feels good, just having that mindset. It's definitely a different mindset than last year, so I'm ready for the role, and I'm ready to lead this offense and lead this team.
What have you been doing the last few months as far as working with Luke and trying to get a handle on the offense?
Yeah, just getting with him and going through the offensive course. And one big thing was changing my drop. Last year in the gun I had my right foot forward, so I've been working a lot with my left foot forward in the gun.
What does that do for you?
It just their offense is it's just what they do in their offense. At times they're better with routes and stuff like that. So that's why we do it.
Anything other than that Luke is emphasizing this early phase with you that he really wants you to focus in on?
Right now, we're just trying to just get the offense installed and just get this thing kind of going. So just kind of building just day by day right now.
You look back at your rookie year, how would you describe it?
A lot of ups and downs, but I definitely learned a lot. So thankful for all the experiences and stuff we had to go through. And it's the stuff last year is just going to make me better. So of course I'm excited for year 2.
Do you think you were always put in the best position to succeed last year?
I think I was always put in the best position to succeed. I don't know. But at the end of the day, that doesn't matter. You just have to, handle what you got and, try to make the best out of it. So, yeah.
How do you feel like your skill set will be highlighted in the new offense?
I hope they would, just tailor the plays to my skill set, which, we're going to do. So just finding out what I do best, what we do best as an offense, what we do best as a team, and, run that offense.
Based on the things that you learned last year, what do you hope that this little mini camp accomplishes for you guys, just getting started with new coaches and coordinators and stuff?
Yeah, like I said before, we're installing a whole new offense, so it's really about just getting the guys out there on the field and, running through the base plays and, kind of just getting a feel of all the new players and stuff like that. So we've just been building relationships, installing this offense, and, just excited to get out.
Justin, when you talk about how this year feels different this season, do you feel empowered and emboldened to run the show out there when you guys get out to practice, that this is now your team to run?
Yeah, of course, last year was my rookie year, of course, my first year in the league. Didn't know if I was going to start or not, didn't know if I was going to play. So my mindset right now is completely different than last year. And like I said before, I'm just excited to get started.
What are your expectations of attendance for this voluntary camp from your teammates? And did you make any phone calls or texts to try and get guys here?
Especially on the offensive side of the ball, we needed everybody we could get here. So, defense, of course, they have new plays going in too. So I think we have everybody on offense, which is good. And, I think maybe a few guys are missing on defense. But I'm pretty confident they'll come back and get caught up. So offensive side, we're looking pretty good, though.
This is kind of an open-ended question, but what do you know now that you didn't know a year from now when you got drafted about what it takes to be an NFL quarterback?
A lot. You can't even, there's not one place you can start, but I just, have a lot of, more knowledge now, and I'm, going through a whole season, you learn a lot of things, and, you start incorporating things in your routine to, make you a better football player, so I'm excited.
What did you learn about dealing with, you mentioned the ups and downs, what did you learn about dealing with the downs? Because in college, it didn't look like you had a whole lot of downs.
Yeah, you can't really do anything but, deal with it and keep fighting for another day and, keep working. If stuff doesn't go your way, you got to just fail till you get your way to the top. I saw like a video the other day, just, failing till you succeed. So no matter how many times I fail, I'm just going to keep going until I eventually succeed. So.
Ryan Poles had mentioned, Justin, that you were down in Atlanta working with some of your guys this off-season, some throwing sessions, because he noticed that the continuity with you and your receivers last year was one of the things he wanted you to work on. Who have you been working with down there, and how have you been able to build some of that continuity?
Yeah, Moon and Cole came down there for a week or two, so we just got together down there, worked out a little bit, and threw some routes. So.
What were your impressions of some of the guys that were added to the offense, and how can they make this offense different for you in year 2?
Yeah, of course, we got a lot of new guys, and they're very talented, so I'm excited to, just see what they can do on the field and, just bring their skill set to our offense, so I'm excited.
Justin, there's a sense that next week they'll probably try to add a few new guys to your side of the ball in the draft. Have you just out of intrigue looked at this receiver class that's coming out just for your own personal interest?
Oh, yeah, of course. There's a lot of guys coming out this year's draft, and a lot of guys that are talented, so I'm excited to see who we get, excited to see who my guys from Ohio State go to, so I'm excited for next week.
What's your scouting report on Olave, and what from playing with him, what excites you about him as a receiver?
I mean, he's fast, of course. He has great hands, great route runner, and he's probably one of the best deep ball trackers that I've ever played with in my life. So, he's a great player, great person, and just his mindset and the way he carries himself is awesome. So, he's my guy.
You talk about all the knowledge you have now, more knowledge in year two, but it's a new offense and it's going to be a lot of new guys on the offense. What are some of the challenges for you that go with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think you answered your own question just by learning the offense. It would be easier if it was the same offense as last year and we just were able to grow on that. But I mean, it kind of just resets as the rookie year with learning this new offense and just kind of picking it up. So I think that's going to be the most challenging part with this new coaching regime is just learning this new offense and making sure we all get it down to the details.
Justin, of all the things you went through last year, what will be the most beneficial, especially considering you are starting fresh with a new offense?
I think there are a lot of things that are going to be beneficial this year. Just, my experience out on the field and, me spending time out there and, seeing the speed of an NFL game, seeing, just the feeling of being out there is just different from being on the sideline. So I'm just glad I got, that experience last year. And like I said before, I'm excited for year two.
Justin, we saw a social media video of you working out with Colin Kaepernick. Do you know him at all? And how did that come to pass, and what was it like?
Yeah, no, that was actually my first time meeting him, but, I worked down with Quincy Avery in Atlanta, so I'm guessing he just came down there for a workout. But, yeah, it was cool meeting him. Of course, he's a icon. And, it was awesome just to get to meet him and work with him. So, yeah. He looked pretty good. He looked good, yeah.
Justin, have you had interactions with Ryan Poles throughout the course of this offseason, and has he kind of kept you in the loop of, like, this is why we're adding this player, or kind of the reason behind the moves he's making?
I mean, Ryan Poles, he doesn't run the offense, so those more questions come from Luke, of course, with why we run the play and, certain stuff like that. But, I have talked to Ryan a little bit, and we just, kind of gotten to know each other, and, our relationship has grown a lot over these past couple of months.
What are those interactions like? Do you feel that a growing connection with him? Do you feel like you feel the trust from him?
I mean, yeah. I think with any relationship, you can't force it. So I think as time goes along, our relationship will naturally grow and naturally get stronger. So that just comes with time and spending more time with each other.
Justin, he's talked.
Has Luke gone back with you over plays from last season? And when you watch video of yourself from last season, how much differently do you look at that now than you did in the moment?
We haven't really watched too much tape on last season. We've just trying to install this new offense and trying to get going on these new concepts. So.
Justin, with how many times you got sacked last year, is there anything you're working on with your quarterbacks coach or anything you're doing on your own, either here or in Atlanta, to maybe get rid of the ball faster, anything with, along those lines that you're trying to carry into this season?
Yeah, I mean, there's stuff in the film last year you can see that, of course there were some instances where it was my fault that I got sacked. So it's at the end of the day, it just comes to, limiting those mistakes and getting the ball out and not taking those sacks.
So what have been some of your impressions of Janoko and working with him?
Yeah, he's energetic. He comes with a positive vibe every day to him. He's the same every day, which I love about him. And he's very detailed when explaining concepts and plays and stuff like that. And you can just tell that he loves the game. He knows a lot of stuff. So I'm excited to get to work with him, and I can't wait to get on the field with him today.
Ryan has talked about his desire to add a dependability piece for you, a guy that in big moments you can trust and rely on. When you've had that guy at previous levels, what are some of the traits that go into a guy that you as a quarterback feel is dependable?
I think there's multiple things. I think one, you got to have that connection. Y'all have to be on the same page with what concept you're running, with what coverage you're running to, and then I think the second thing is just that it factor, that mentality, that dog mentality, where no matter what situation it is, what coverage it is, who's guarding you, that he's going to make a play. So just that mentality and having that mentality in big moments will I guess describe that player that you're talking about.
Justin, what's the process been like getting to know Coach Eberflus and being that he's a defensive-minded head coach? What are kind of your daily interactions with him?
Yeah, I mean, with him, I've just been kind of getting to know him as a person. He sits in on our meetings a lot, so we've gotten a chance to talk to him a lot, and I've gotten to know him a lot more these past few weeks. But yeah, he's a great person. I can tell that he loves, this game, and I can tell that he really wants us to be great. So, he has a plan, and we're gonna follow after his lead, and we're all excited to get this thing going.
Justin, do you feel that you need to make any adjustments, physically, body-wise, from last season to this season, now that you've been kind of exposed to the league for a year?
Probably lost like 4 pounds, but nothing really major body stuff. So yeah, 3 or 4 pounds, nothing crazy. So yeah, just trying to stay fast and just stay healthy.
Yeah.